All right, we now want to go back live to the rally where Donald Trump is speaking in Houston, Texas tonight. Let's listen in.
Wow, what a group. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love you. We love Texas. I love you. I love you, Texas. Man. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, everybody. Somebody asked me, how do you think you're going to do in Texas? I think we're going to do very well in Texas. We're going to do very well. So I have to say this, you know, you have to see what's going on outside. There are lines that are two miles long. I don't know, and I'm not just saying this, even the press, for the first time, and they've seen 35,000 crowds with me, but I think they're even impressed. And to be honest with you, I mean, we're just coming in, and you're talking about miles and miles of people, and I wish the fire department, and they're great, they were wonderful, but they broke the all-time record for this building by far. And I see like you could squeeze a couple of people from outside, but I guess, you know, that's the fire marshals. We have to go by our fire marshals. Would anybody like to leave so that some more people could come in? I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, I want to thank you. This is a great honor. You think this is easy, right? You think so. I get up this morning, I'm like one of the early birds, like a lot of you people. Everybody's an early bird in this group, I think. But I got up, and I was in Dallas, and last night we made a speech in Dallas, and we had an amazing crowd there too. Gillies, we had a packed house, and we had thousands of people outside that they actually thought were protesters. They weren't. They were people that couldn't get into the venue, thousands. And then we went to San Antonio, and we raised, we have some San Antonio. And we raised a lot of money over the last 2 days for the party. The party is doing very well. The party is actually liking me. You know, I'm an outsider. I'm an outsider. And historically, they don't love the outsiders. But I think they're starting to like me. And maybe there'll be a few. You know, you don't hear about the tremendous numbers of people. And I'm even talking about the politicians that are totally supportive. If one person raises a little question, it's like, oh, did you hear? Let me tell you, folks, we have tremendous support, tremendous. But the biggest support of all by far, right here. I'm the messenger, right here. Right here. We have support like perhaps nobody's ever had when they've run for office, certainly at this stage. I don't think anybody's ever seen anything like this. Some of the pundits that hate me, they hate me with a passion. Like, which is great. I mean, I love that. Oh, I love that. Look at that. Mexicans for Trump. Mexicans for Trump. I love it. I love it. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. That's cool, man. And you know why it's Mexicans for Trump? Because I'm going to bring jobs back into our country, folks. I'm going to bring jobs back into our country. And Hillary doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know about jobs. Remember this. Remember this. Her husband signed NAFTA. True. Maybe the worst economic development transaction ever signed in the history of our country. It cleaned out our manufacturing. I mean, I just won so many states, and I got to see these states. I went all over the different states in Pennsylvania, New York, all over the place. And I got to see what NAFTA, the havoc that it wreaked. And it's taken our jobs just like we're a bunch of babies, and moved them to other places. Honestly, moved them all over Mexico. We have states where they say, you know, I have statisticians, right? The world's most boring job, but yeah, we got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. And I'd get numbers where certain states lost 50 and 60% of their manufacturing jobs. And you'd go upstate, like upstate New York, and you see empty factories, empty buildings, buildings that you could buy for nothing, buildings that have been abandoned where they left, because Bill Clinton signed NAFTA. And it didn't affect him so much because he was gone, but boy, did it affect the rest of these presidents, let me tell you. And we're gonna bring our jobs back. We're not gonna be the stupid people anymore, folks. We're not gonna be the stupid people. So, what we have, and we'll build the wall. He says build the wall. We're gonna build the wall. We have to. We have to. We have to. Look, we have no choice. We have no choice. So I just got, 3 weeks ago, I got the endorsement of 16,500 Border Patrol agents, right? 16,000. It's the first time they've ever endorsed a presidential candidate, okay? And they're great people. And by the way, their job is much easier now. Stand back. Don't talk. Don't do this. Stand back. Much easier job. They want to do their job. They see what's happening to our country. They love our country. They want to do the job. They're not allowed to do their job. So here's what's going to happen. And I asked them, such incredible people. I asked them, I said, just, I got to be 100% sure. Do we need the wall? Well, you said yes, but they said yes also. I don't know what I would have done. Supposing they said no, I'd say, really? What am I going to do here? But I said, do we need? And they said, Mr. Trump, it is such an unbelievably important weapon for drugs pouring through. I mean, we have drugs pouring into our country. When I won New Hampshire, I love New Hampshire, my first victory. We won 37, I think, I have to say I think, because if it's like 36 or 35, even if it's 38 or 39, they'll correct me. But we won New Hampshire, and when I say we really won it. We won it. This is all about we. This is about we. We. I'll tell you, folks, I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to do this. This is, I love it. I love it. I love it. But I didn't have to do it. This is like work, folks. This is like, hey, you know what? Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary when I announced we're gonna run. Yesterday. That's great. The 1 year, that was the 1 year from yesterday. Somebody said, it's June 16th. I said, June 16th, that's when I decided to do this. And it's been a great experience. Thank you, darling. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love everybody in this room. I love everyone in this room. And the amazing thing, and we all love each other. I'll tell you what, you see, oh, wow, somebody was protesting. The safest place to be anywhere is at a Trump rally, believe me. The safest place. It's the safest place. And no matter what you say, you just take a look. Now, if there's one protester that raises the hand, although I love it, the only way I get the show, because nobody has crowds like we have, and they'll admit that, not Bernie, and Bernie did pretty well with the crowds. He was second. By the way, a deep, deep second. He was way back. Now, don't forget, we agree with Bernie on one thing, trade. He knows how bad our trade deals are. He gets it. He gets it, and that's good. Now, we're trying to get Bernie's people, because a lot of those Bernie people hate Hillary Clinton, crooked Hillary as we call her. And of course, Bernie hates Hillary Clinton. We know that, that's for sure. One thing you gotta say, he doesn't give up. She's going, is he still here? Is he still here? Who would have thought that I was going to win, 8 weeks ago? It was supposed to be the opposite way. And here we have it. from 8 weeks ago, and she's still out there trying to say, can we get rid of Bernie? Is there any way? And just like she can't close that deal, folks, she won't be able to make trade deals. She won't be able to take care of our military. Everybody's going to be ripping us off as a country, okay? The same exact way and the same way that you're looking at it. So look, here's what we have to do. When I came down, thank you. When I came down, and I actually said, oh, I thought it was a protester. I said, friend or foe? And it was friend, and I was disappointed. Because if it's friend, the cameras will never go there. So that's no good. Thank you. That's called an enthusiastic friend. But just so you understand, we've had things happen to our country. I mean, World Trade Center. If you look at what happened in California recently, San Bernardino, you look at that. It's a radicalization like nobody's ever seen before. It's a radicalization. It's a hatred. It's a hatred. It's a deep-seated hatred. And President Obama is trying to make terrorism into guns. And it's not guns, folks. It is not guns. It is not guns. This is terrorism. And by the way, the NRA came out, National Rifle, I tell you what, they came out very strongly, probably the earliest they've ever done it. So the National Rifle Association endorsed Trump, and those people are fantastic people. You know, they take a lot of heat. They love this country. They love what it represents. They're protecting your Second Amendment, and nobody will protect your Second Amendment like Donald John Trump. Nobody. 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 And remember this, Hillary Clinton wants to abolish the Second Amendment, essentially. She wants to abolish the Second Amendment. She wants to take your guns away, and you see things like we saw over the weekend. Remember this, if you had some of those incredible young people that were so brutally killed over the weekend, or people in Paris, where you have the toughest gun laws in the world, in Paris and France. In Paris, you have the toughest gun laws in the world, 130 killed, wounded, still in the hospital, devastated, they'll never be the same, just horribly wounded. Same thing in San Bernardino. Same thing in our military base, where we had 5 unbelievable soldiers. One of them was a world-class marksman. It was a gun-free zone. You know, a gun-free zone oftentimes means carnage, because let's call them the enemy, which is what they are, and we should declare war on ISIS. We should declare war on ISIS. War. It's war. It's war. And they're they are poisoning our youth through the internet. They're getting people to go over there. The press calls these people masterminds at the top level. They're not masterminds, folks. They're thugs. They're sick people. And we've got to put an end to it. And if we don't, we're not going to have a country left anymore. We're not going to have a country. So we're going to get very tough. Our military is depleted, badly depleted. You see that. Nobody better than our military people. Nobody better than our vets. Look at the way our vets are being taken care of. We're going to take care of our vets, folks. Who's a vet? We're going to take care of our vets. They wait online. These are great people, our greatest people. They wait online for 5, 6, and 7 days, and they die. They die waiting to see a doctor for a routine ailment, and they're waiting 5, 6, 7 days. And you see what's happening. You see what's happening. It's like Hillary. It's a corrupt enterprise, okay? It's a corrupt enterprise. And we're going to straighten that out. We're going to make sure they get very quick and very good care. And if they can't see a doctor, we're going to have them go across the street to a hospital, to a private doctor, to a public hospital, who cares? And we're going to pay the bill. We're going to pay that bill. And you know what? That's less expensive, by the way. That's less expensive than what we're doing right now. And you look at the number of deaths. So we're going to take care, very much so. We're going to take care of our veterans. And I'm the one, for the first time in decades, our veterans are going to be treated like they should be treated. They're going to be treated great. Wow. My friends. So I have in the front row, and I just see some of the greatest people, These are people who lost loved ones. These are my friends. And they called me right after my announcement, and they said, "Thank you, Mr. Trump." Nobody else has thought of them. These are people that lost loved ones to people that should not have been in the country. And I want to just thank you all. You're sweethearts. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Look at the sign. Hold that up. Look at that sign. Wow. Whoa. Gays for Trump.
And you have been listening live to Donald Trump's rally in Houston, Texas. This is his final rally in the Lone Star State. We heard many of the same things that Mr. Trump had spoken about last night in Dallas, Texas: jobs, trades, and gun control being some of the highlights of the rally. As always, we appreciate you watching Newsmax Prime. And if you have a question or comment, well, there is the number to call right there, 877-NEWSMAX, or go to newsmaxtv.com/comments. Have a great